What is up, guys? Alright, we're playback trading. Being 18th Tuesday was our first L day of this week. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Please take a look at that screen. Let's go. So we got a swing high first entry, second entry. We bought here. I wanted to regurgitate this is the main reason I'm recording this to exactly why we buy here. One would say overall trend would be up because you have this high that just keeps pushing higher and higher. But then you get this massive push down and then the push up and another push down. This is a rangy day, so the overall trend is going to be whatever has the backup to it. And if this was a trending day, then maybe we could say that move up would be aligned with the overall trend, but this is a rangy day, so we can't use that. Then you do have these highs that keep pushing up here, and maybe if we just had this one leg down, then it would be a downtrend. I mean, an uptrend, but it's the fact that we had that move and then another leg down. The two legs down. Now you have two legs down. It's essentially going to be this move up versus these two legs down, because you can't really bring all this into play because this has a level of resistance. Now this is a rangy day. You can't take this into consideration because then that means you have the entire thing into consideration, which you can't really do on a rangy day according to our strategy. So overall trend is going to be up at this point because you have this, but then you have this move down, and what evidence do you have to back that up? This level of resistance right here. So the most recent move is going to become the overall trend, or whatever has the most backup to enforce it. In this case, you have this level of resistance here, and that where it's not actual level of resistance, it's just the little bit of evidence we need to declare the overall downtrend in this case. And I think it triggered right here, but in our actual strategy, in the actual chart, didn't trigger there. Let's just go for the swing low first entry, second entry right up here somewhere. And I think that's okay. We can't be like, oh wait, but it ticked there, blah, 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 blah. Like, just stick to the strat. What to the most like. If people are taking trades there 9 times out of 10, I think it's going to work out. That's just a guess, to be honest. So then we break out above this level, but this is not an actual level of resistance because you have that high that keeps pushing higher, so that's invalid. I think I do not remember. So this is just gonna be overall uptrend. Let's see. But there was a little bit of consolidation there here at this level, so maybe we did break out of it. But it's a little bit too early in the day, and this is not really a U day. It's not too much of a U-shaped day, is it? Definitely not. If you take a look at the minute chart, it's definitely not a U-shaped day. It's kind of weird looking. So it's just a downtrend, then a strong uptrend. So I don't think we can apply that strategy here. And plus, it's the fact that you have that high. Maybe it tested it, but then it just keeps pushing higher there. So I think that's going to make that invalid there. Let's just double check that. Nice. All right. And if you notice at our left hand side right here, we have a little bit of something. This is going to be hopefully what we use for staircase lows and highs. As you can see, these are actual staircase lows because I think if there's a ton of volume there, selling volume there. So we know there's just as much. I think having a good amount of buys there as well. I think because these are buys and sell orders and the volume in which they traded in. So as you can see, there was a ton of volume here, meaning I'm pretty sure there's going to be a ton of stops here, which is going to cause that to be staircase lows if we ever come across that. This could potentially be staircase lows if we just line that up here. As you can see, there's a lot of buying going on here. Probably stops from here and people just trying to catch the trend. Yeah, this could be an overall downtrend because we bounce off these highs, perhaps, maybe. Hopefully I'm not pushing this, but let's go for the buy. I have no idea how this works out. All right, yeah, definite downtrend because there's a lot to back it up, I think. Even though we did break below this, so we could go ahead and close that. But it's basically this move versus the up moves here. This has a little bit more resistance. I think this ends up working out from my memory. Nice. So once again, to regurgitate that last trade, it was just you have a huge move down that corrected the 2 moves and plenty of resistance there to say it was overall downtrend, but we're not going to use that as a actual level of resistance. Let's go ahead and take this as a double top, shall we? Double top, first entry, second entry. I kind of made everything smaller so you can see my background. Let's minimize that. Look how cool that is. That's my wallpaper. Looks a bit slow on OBS, but man, it looks cool. Where's my ninja trade? There you are. You can see it around the edges now. Cool. It's probably super distracting when I'm actually trading. Nonetheless, let's go. I think we actually took this trade. I don't think it works out here. Oh yeah, I was following congestion, so that's gonna be overall trend up. Maybe falling congestion declares overall trend up. Rising congestion is overall trend down. So yeah, falling congestion. 2, 3, just overall trend is up. Go for a non-obvious sell here. Especially since it's really congested and there's no huge massive break in there. I have a little bit of something, but I mean it's a tiny one. If there was if it came up to like the highs, that break came up to the highs and then it created that low, even if it's matching up with that slope, we consider that as break. But the fact that that's so small here, and the fact that we just keep on moving on that slope here, I think it's a falling congestion for sure. I think they might have had a spill there. Let's see. Maybe we're okay. It looks like it's okay right here. Alright, I'm just worried that there is a break there, because you have a little bit of something, but maybe not. I don't think so, because the highs are pretty consistent there. If it was a little bit higher here, but maybe. Let's see. In the trade. Come on, baby. Let's go. Good trade, good trade. So it's interesting because in this case, these are not staircase lows. If you take a look at this, we need as much buys and sells here. We need volume, buys and sells in all this area. And there's really just imbalance of stuff. There's buys here, then you have a ton of sells here, but not enough buys. So I don't think these are staircase lows. There's just not enough data there. Just a ton of selling going on. We need more buying there. The reason you want buying is because you want people to be buying in these lows and having their sell stops here. Essentially, you want more volatility on both buying and selling. I think being able to determine whether or not oh, there's more buys. I mean, there was more sells. I don't think it's relevant because you don't know if those people are actually buying to go long or buying because they're getting stopped out trying to sell. You know, like they were selling here, and that's why there's a ton of buys. So there's actually, I think the size of the bar is the thing that matters most, and as well as how much buying and how much selling, and having them kind of equal, so that there's like a lot of if there's a ton of selling, then there's something wrong. If there's a ton of buying, there's something wrong. But if you have a good amount of buying and selling, that means both orders are getting filled, meaning people are getting stopped out. There's a lot of trade action going on. If there's just a ton of selling there, then there's something different, you know. But buying and selling, because if you get the only way to buy and sell is if so if there's a ton of selling here, there needs to be as much buying to fulfill those orders, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think we're gonna go for a buy here. This could be a downtrend here, but this is kind of forcing it. Yeah, that's just forcing it. I think it's just gonna be a downtrend in the trend. Mm. So non-obvious would have been a missed trade. Looks like there was a level of support here to declare an overall uptrend. Support is all over the place. So it could be this, but I'm doubting it's that. But I think it's more this. It's this level of support that was tested a couple times. Yeah, 1, 2. That'd be like the third time right here. So overall trend would be up. You're just gonna now not be so. So first entry comes up right there. I think we actually took this trade in real time. Not too sure. But swing low first entry, second entry. Could do a one ticker there. But I guess we could take a position here because it's a place people would be taking the trade and trying to get into the spike, whichever direction they're trying to go. Let's see if there's staircase lows here. It doesn't look like it. Just not enough volume there. And plus it's a trend up, and usually we'd say no, that's not staircase lows. So good thing to have that as a backup. Okay, that was the level of support. We tested twice. This could be either a 20%er or my goodness. So let's go ahead and try continue, but it is just one leg. We do have one correction now. Let's give it a shot. Actually, I don't like the setup, but we'll give it a shot. Yeah, I don't like the setup. Nice, we got it. Wow, we almost got stopped out, but was there slippage? I think there was a little bit slippage. No, we got into. Yep, there was no slippage. Wow, we almost got stopped out there. That's like twice or three times where we almost gotten stopped out, and it'll just keep going in the opposite direction. That's why we have our scalp where it is. We learned our lesson, so yeah, good trade, good trade. Oh my god, swing high, first entry, second entry. Kind of missed the trade, but hopefully we can still get into this trade here. So after that 2 leg, you got them break below that point. So it looks like it might be just an overall downtrend. Continuing this may not be ideal, so maybe go for a buy here. Alright, swing high, first entry, second entry. It could be a trend we're missing here. Let's see it. Let's see if we can get something, some sort of trend going here. Potentially, is this a potential trend? Tested once here. It's kind of forcing that trend. 1, 2, 3. Could be the trend right there. We do have a reaction to that midline, so this could be an uptrend. Most definitely could be an uptrend, but it's not so much. It's a little bit hidden. That's the only reason I don't like it. Let's see what happens. We're in the trade. Alright, so it looks like that was just enough. It's not so much hidden as much as it is. So the ones we avoid are the ones that take a long time, that are much wider and been a bigger trend. Like if we had something like this, these are the ones we want to avoid basically. But basically like that. You see that midline right there? Wow. But yeah, these are the ones we basically want to avoid because that's just so far what we learned. But even if it's hidden like this, it looks like it's working. Overall trend's going to be up right there, so you just go for a non-obvious sell, and that would have been it. We can also see a good amount of trading volume in this area, so I think it's also a good confirmation to take a trade here, even though in the setup it's a little bad. And the trade. Ooh, let's see. I think I missed this right there. That was a little bit hidden. Should have noticed that right away, but overall trend is going to be up at that point. And a huge push down, but this has a lot more backup, so overall trend is up. Go for a non-obvious sell. And if we were to take that second entry here, swing high, first entry, second entry, buy would be right there. It'd be perfect 2 legs. Yeah, overall trend would be down because it's 2 legs. This one only had 1 leg, so basically you're having all this support here with those moves up. It's going to be overall uptrend. And I just added that to this test bottom trend highlight series just so that we know how to use these from now on. And hopefully this is a consistent thing, but obviously nothing is consistent in the market. But hopefully we can come closer to being able to having an actual strategy that works here. Yeah. And the trade. Help. HELP. Good trade. So pretty easy one. A ton of resistance there. That's gonna be overall downtrend. At first I was hesitant because I thought this one pushed higher, but it didn't. You have that test. Rejection didn't push higher there. Rejection didn't push higher there, but not above this guy. So that's gonna be a good level of resistance. So as soon as it hits there, overall trend is down. You go for a non-obvious buy and good trade. Let's do one more trade. It's kind of difficult, but we have a double bottom there, first entry. So let's do a swing low first entry here. So we could take a trade here. Looks like all whoop-de-doo highs here. We did break past this guy, but just keeps pushing higher there. So kind of missed the trade. Let's see what happens here. Can we get in here at least? Oh, would we have gotten stopped out yet? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, not yet. But now we will. That's the stop out. So definitely not. Oh wait, no, the buy. We would have bought. Oh, so we missed it. No, we would have sold. Yeah. So the buy there was the best thing to do. Looks like we had some sort of level of resistance here that we broke past. Could be this right here, actually. Have that test there. Come back, test it again, get the rejection. 1, 2. Yeah, that was it. I missed it. Right there. So that's something we have to consider. I think we would have noticed it after these two tests right here, and we should have noticed that quicker. Like, there's something there, and you can see it matching up with that with the consolidation there. Yeah, that's a good level of resistance, so you want to continue that spike. All right, that's going to be it for today. So one more trade. We haven't done a 450 tick chart in a minute. And a tick. Looks like I already triggered it here. Okay, it's triggers. Swing high first entry, second entry. So you want to continue that. Actually, no, you already broke through there. So it's just an overall trend up. I'd go for non-obvious sell. It's a tough one for sure. Not even sure if I'll get this one, to be honest. And no trade. Alright, peace out. That could have been a one ticker as well. Yeah, alright, good day. Have a good day. Peace out. Stay safe. Farewell.